This video, it wasn't supposed to happen, but you need to hear this. Just today, I was working on a style video, and that was my plan. As I was researching and I started listening to other divorce coaches, I got annoyed and I couldn't take it and made a pivot because there was a sense of urgency now in releasing this video. Now, these coaches' advice, it was depressing, self-serving, weak, and without any merit of recovery. They were overwhelmingly about her and examining your sadness. These stories do nothing but keep you stuck in your goddamn misery, enabling you to stay your own victim. No strategy, just validating your misery, and that's not healthy. We've all gotten our asses kicked. I wouldn't have chosen to be a divorce and recovery coach if I hadn't. I'm not here to tell you to stop being depressed. That would be pointless, unrealistic, stupid, and asinine. But what I will tell you is that depression is a cycle, and the longer you stay in it, the harder it is to break. It eats at your confidence, your momentum, your ability to move the fuck forward. And when a coach reinforces those feelings without pushing you towards change, I don't see growth, just stagnation or worse, self-sabotage. Data has repeatedly shown that as you get out of your depression in one of three ways. First, just a shift in focus, like being challenged or called out. Second, by movement, like exercise or taking a cold shower. Or third, by an emotional trigger like a simple joke. A simple fucking joke will change your mood. What I'm saying is that your depression leaves when something forces that pattern of yours to break. But if you keep doing the same tired shit, your shit's gonna start to smell because talking about it is just making it worse. And those people, they're fitting into that TikTok mentality, making things worse. The real reason men lose in divorce is simple. We're expected to lose. From the minute she tells you, you've already behind. Women don't just wake up and decide to get divorced. They start thinking about it years in advance, gathering information, talking to friends, setting up consultations. They're educated as shit on divorce before they even say the words to you because they've done their homework. Meanwhile, your ass is blindsided. You go from, this came out of nowhere to, how can I win her back? You're wasting precious time trying to fix something that's already over before it even began. And by the time you realize what's happening, she's 10 steps ahead of you and treating you like a fucking afterthought. This is why men lose, because we're told we're supposed to. But you're not dead, and the divorce is not a death sentence. It's a struggle, a fight. And like any fight, if you train for it, prepare for it, and you walk in with the right mindset, you don't just go the distance. You metaphorically speaking, you win. And you win by making her regret with bitter memories the very day that she decided that she can do better than you. That's how you win. One of my favorite movies is Rocky. Probably came out before you were born. This movie, it changed my life because it's the ultimate underdog story. And there's a scene the night before the fight where Rocky says to Adrian, his wife, I can't do it. I can't beat him. He lays down near fetal position, staring blankly at what could only be described as his pointless life. It don't matter because I was a nobody before. Because all I want to do is go the distance. And if I can go the distance, seeing the bell ring and I'm still standing, I'm going to know for the first time in my life, you see, that I wasn't just another bum in the neighborhood. That movie is all of us. Because we're going into courts fighting, expecting to lose. Everyone tells us that the laws are stacked and are against us, and I'm including myself here. But that doesn't mean that you have to only go the distance, because if done correctly with the right morale, right coach, training, equipment, and strategy, you can, from a family law perspective, you can come out of this a winner. Your ass isn't here to go the distance. Your ass is here to win, and win decisively, to come back so strong that not only do you beat Apollo, but you turn him into a friend and later avenge the man responsible for his death. Spoiler alert, that's the real Rocky saga. One of a man who fought his ass off for more than just 15 rounds, but his entire life. A man who equipped himself with the right frame of mind, but a human who also questioned his own distance. You're not here to go the distance. You need a different mindset because you're here for that metaphorical win, to come back stronger, sharper, and more powerful than before. And that takes training. It takes strategy. It takes the right mindset. And it takes the right coach. Because the best coach, they're going to challenge you rather than just listen to you. The best coach is going to motivate you, not just keep you where you're at. The best coach sees your potential.
Time. It's a long day, so be ready for a long fucking day.
And the best coach makes you uncomfortable, not to break you, but to build you up. So ask yourself if you're going to go the distance, or are you going to be stepping up and dominate? So she tells you, and she's 10 steps ahead of you, but even then, you start falling behind because she's building momentum. Meanwhile, you're just at a standstill. You don't get it, and so you begin to bargain. But women, they start thinking about divorce years before they act. At first, it's just a small flirtation. They're tempting fate. Wouldn't it be peaceful if I lived alone? Well, it wouldn't be so bad. Then come the Google searches. Signs my marriage is over. How do I know if I still love my husband? How does divorce works? How to file the divorce? As time goes, she inadvertently just begins to pay more attention to certain items that she never really cared for, like just the bills, bank statements. She looks around for rental costs of houses. She's noticing, but you know who else is noticing? Social media and YouTube. YouTube's algorithm is a data-hungry beast, and it thrives on patterns. If a woman subtly just thinking about it, YouTube, it looks for clusters of behavior that suggest a shift in life circumstances. And a simple TED Talk or a financial show about budgeting, it just brings up the antennas. And YouTube and Facebook, they know if you're going to get divorced before even your ex knows if she's going to get divorced. Then they tell a friend, and by then, that's when the line's been crossed because her mind's made up, man. If the friend's married, she'll say to try to work it out and stay in the relationship. But if the friend's single or divorced, expect some coaching. So by the time she tells you, she's emotionally checked out and she got the hard part over with. And now it's your turn. You got to act. And sadly, she's already started her next life, leaving you wondering how she can just take it so well. Well, I'll tell you why. We were under the misimpression that she still loved us. And so what do most men do? We go down that 5 stages of divorce denial, coming out of nowhere. I can fix this. In panic mode, trying to win her back, self-pity and depression. She's done playing, she's done fucking you, and now she's just out to screw you. She's frustrated because she blames you for everything, every goddamn thing. And when she hands you those papers, it's not a request, but a declaration. So now she told you and you're 11 steps behind. But you sit there and you just need to take it all in and you need a breather. You haven't let her go because you can't even acknowledge that she's leaving. Your life just changed in a matter of a fucking second. And as time continues, you just have to act in one way or another. And how you act, that's your decision. A few men, they listen to videos about why she left. Others, they listen to videos about their narcissistic ex. Many watch hours of videos trying to analyze their ex. If you're one of them, one way or another, you're paying for it. You're not going to grow and you only end up slowing down your grieving process because she becomes your center of focus. Yet others, many of you guys watching me, make the conscious decision to control their fucking life and thrive. And you genuinely invite happiness in your life. Just a week ago on my prior video regarding the 6 regrets that men have after divorcing or 6 mistakes men make after divorcing, I said the following. Kids, they were just wanting to be more a part of my life because happiness is contagious. Bronnie Ware was a palliative care nurse and she spent years caring for people on their deathbed. In 2011, she wrote a book called The Top 5 Regrets of Dying, and she asked the dying what their biggest regret was. 5th on the list was wishing that they would have just allowed themselves to be happier. Cruel because it speaks to something that we already know internally, but it just does not click until our time's out, that happiness is a choice. Happiness doesn't come from your circumstances, but from how you approach something. Most of us never really lived, and we realize it, and that's when we scramble. It's a cruel twist of fate, being on your deathbed and finding that the key to happiness is just being more happy. All this time, and all it took was to give yourself permission to be happy. You have to give permission to be happy. It's that simple. Because you're rebuilding. It needed to start last year, gentlemen. Imagine how much more ahead you'd be if you didn't stay in your funk watching those videos. You must give yourself permission to leave that ugliness and begin your new journey. You have to. You just must, or you run the risk of not fully recovering. It's your call to arms, gentlemen. You work with me and I won't only make this painless, but I'll make it fun. So much fun that you're gonna wake up with a fucking boner. All right, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit here, but you work with me and you won't just walk away with a plan, but you walk away with clarity, direction, and morale because you have someone that knows the system and won't just let you go the distance. You start chasing measurable results. You shift from reacting to strategizing and you become intentional. You surround yourself with a community of men who get it. Your morale skyrockets. Your confidence unshakable. Your ex, no longer your goddamn problem. You wake up every day saying, fuck yeah, today's another opportunity to live, and you start meeting new people, making moves, wearing better clothes, and your kids see the difference, and then something weird happens. They want to be around you. And when she calls, it's just noise because you're too busy feeling alive again. Here's your choice. You can keep listening to those guys telling you to just go the distance, telling you why she left and why you're stuck, or do something radical like actually click and schedule a talk with me. It's fucking liberating. But time is clicking and you've wasted enough of your life. If you're ready to move, click on the link pinned in the comments section or in the description section and book a call with me now because you're not just here to just go to the distance. You're here to become your own damn champion. And if you're not quite there, it's fine. In the description, you could also join our Facebook group. But start surrounding yourself with like-minded people, the right people. But don't just sit on this. Do it today because it's time to stop the self-pity and lift yourself up, gentlemen. Now, the YouTube gods, they think that you might like this video next. You might want to be interested in it. But me, I think you might like this one. That's why it's on top of my playlist. Either way, you win. Pick one. But definitely, let's meet.